what happens with e-learning? And this is what I'm going to call the not-so-new school. Now I'm going to do a comparison with the not-so-new school, and this is an example here of my Moodle course. So, we had the cells in the timetable that structured the learning in the conventional classroom, and here we have this syllabus which goes on relentlessly week by week, topic by topic, with things that are to be read. It might be a link to an e-textbook, for example. So what we've done with a classical learning management system, and by the way, this applies to all of them. It applies to even the ones that have fancy fonts, the newest ones, which look like they're different, but they're actually not different at all. It's an unfolding over a series of time of chunks of content which are like the chunks of content in a textbook. There's also not much dialogue. Yeah, sure, there's a discussion area here in the corner of the thing, and yes, we might have the odd synchronous session, but essentially the architecture of it is a knowledge architecture, is about delivering content. So here we have a number of things which are in these e-learning environments which essentially replicate the historical architectures of the old school, if you want to put it that way. Learning management systems. Flipped classrooms, there isn't a lot of difference between that teacher standing up the front of the room or sitting up on their little desk and speaking to that exophoric content that they're bringing into the classroom, and a video which also speaks in the same kind of way. In both cases, the teacher speaks while the students listen. It's the same kind of architecture. The e-textbook, what's the difference between a print textbook and an e-textbook? Not much. They both summarise the world. They're both written by a single author, and essentially the architecture is much the same. There's a little bit of difference. A few things might move, and I can flip over the page. I'm going to have a little quiz at the end, but we could do that in print textbooks as well. We might have clickers, which are things where the kids put up their hands and answer a question, and instead of putting up their hands and asking a question, they click and they give an answer which is right or wrong, the same way that those Q&A sessions would have been in the traditional classroom. Or we might have the electronic whiteboard. Remember, one of the other artifacts of these classrooms is, the teachers up the front, they can write things on the board. Well, electronic whiteboard again directs the attention of the students in the classroom to a single point, which is not each other. It's actually the same point in the classroom to which they were directed with the traditional blackboard at the front of the room.